What I have passed around today is an example of what a poor Liberian child would get as their meal. They would receive this once a day, and they would get rice, and if they were lucky, a piece of bread. You might notice that this rice has rock and is not the kind of rice that you expect. But because of the farming conditions of the poor out in Liberia and their rural areas, the rice has rocks and grass in it, and so it is unclean and unsanitary food for them. Hunger is defined as a want or scarcity of food in a country and leads to malnutrition, and it is globally affecting 805 million people around the world, according to 2015 World Hunger and Poverty Statistics. In the sub-Saharan region alone, 223 million people are affected, including the African country Liberia, which is located right here. In Liberia, there are many causes of hunger. The government was replaced by a military regime in 1980, leading to a civil war in 1989 that went all the way to 2006, which declined the economy, destroyed infrastructure, and led to a poor government. Also, because of the war, food prices increased, reduced farmland came from palm oil plantations, and now Ebola is declining the economy even more, and people can't afford food, and there is a lack of health care. Today, 36%, or 1.5 million people out of the 4 million people in Liberia are malnourished, and 63.8% live below the poverty line according to Hunger Statistics. But this doesn't mean that solving the problem is impossible. Founded in 1977, the Hunger Project is a global nonprofit organization committed to the sustainable end of world hunger. They have worked in over 11 countries, helped 17,000 communities, and come into contact with 19 million individuals. Charity Navigator, which is an organization that rates charities, rated them 4 out of 5 stars and gave them a grade A rating of 94.27 out of 100, showing that they are very effective and successful charity. Over the past 20 years, in Africa, the Hunger Project has reached 1.6 million people in 8 different communities. One way that the Hunger Project goes for an end of hunger is the Epicenter Strategy. They come together as 15,000 members of the community and citizens and learn self-reliance and receive the education they need to take action to meet their own physical needs. The Hunger Project helps the community build a building to house the progress of their basic needs for a process of 8 years in 4 different phases. And after those 8 years, the community should have enough financial assistance and have grown into a strong community where the Hunger Project can lead. In Africa alone, the Hunger Project has created and is helping find 128 epicenters in Benin, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Ethiopia, Malawi, Mozambique, Senegal, and Uganda. 115 of these epicenters all hold food banks, which helps store food who are desperately in need of it, and it allows the people to store the food until the food prices go up so they get more money for their food. 400,000 kilograms of food are stored in these food banks. And also the epicenters distribute fertilizer and help the community raise pigs, cows, sheep, goats, and chicken. In each epicenter, trained volunteers called animators go to the villages and create VCA programs and workshops, which are vision, commitment, and action workshops, which help educate the people, especially women, about how they can put an end to hunger. Overall, the Hunger Project unites the people of the community and the government and transition to a stable, self-reliant community with accountable leadership, basic services, and enough income to meet expenses. One reason why the Hunger Project would make such an impact on Liberia is because they take hunger to the next level in helping it. They build self-reliance in the people, so rather than just giving handouts or food or money to Liberians, they are actually donating their time to educate the people about hunger and how they can stop it. Also, all of the money that they use comes from individual investors, and it creates a partnership between the people, the government of Liberia, and the investors themselves. So the Hunger Project, together with our help, will change you as it changes the world.